Welcome to Yeshiva Daf Shir sponsor Lui Nishba Sami Akasholim Lea Bas Yitzchok. We're holding in Daf in Basra Daf Kufla Medea Mudalef. We're mamish the first word of the Daf. That's just like a pleasure for any Daf Yomi learner when the Daf starts with the first word of the Daf. Look at the Gemara. There was this person who was about to die. They told him, what about your wife? And what the question is clear from the Gemara. The question was, does your wife have to do a yibum or not? Do you have here a problem that you have a brother and you don't have a son, and your brother's gonna have to give her either yibum or chalitza? Don't worry, she can marry a kohen gadol. So that's what he said. You can marry a kohen gadol. Right away, as we should point out right away, what do you mean? Kohen gadol cannot marry an almana. So obviously that doesn't work. Elam, I have to say that it's lav davka, right? Lav davka, meaning she's open. She can marry anybody she wants. That's what he means. Not a kohen gadol, but she can marry. In other words, she's not restricted by chalitza and yibum. She can marry somebody. Now, so he says, another shot the Tosha says, he has a different gear. So the gear says, Chazi l'kuna means she goes back to her father's house and she can eat truma. Because while she's shemeres yavam, she can't eat truma because she's waiting for the yavam. But if he died and she had no kids, she goes back to her father's house. So he says, she's okay. Actually, now that I think about it, if he has no kids, if she does have, okay. So he says, says, well, what's the problem? We saw in the previous daf. The person says that I divorced my wife. He's trusted. Okay. Why? We learned yesterday as a mikoy. Mikoy, he can divorce her right now. So we'll take it, but we learned yesterday also that her husband is not him. Says the Gemara, what did we answer yesterday? In the previous daf, we answered it depends. Meaning retroactively, it's not him. The boy is him. Says the Gemara, should we rely on this answer? This answer is an answer. What do you mean it's an answer? This answer is, you have a stira. Do you say, we have two different mandamer. One says that husband is never to say that she's divorced. One says not. Right? We said, we can answer, it's not the mafra, that's labo. It could be they're arguing. It could be the one says you're never allowed to do it. You're right. You have to be choishish. Maybe the answer is not a good answer. And therefore what? A husband who says they divorced his wife, he's not nema. We don't trust him. As the Rashbam says, look at the Ramatchil. Why? If he divorced her, why didn't I hear about it? She should have a coil. So that tells me that most probably she is not divorced. So that's why I don't trust him. And we don't see Migo in this case.
Why doesn't he just give it now?
We're talking about he didn't want to give it to her. He didn't give it to her.
No, he didn't give it.
Why didn't he write it right now? Good question.
You're saying maybe he died already. He didn't do it.
Maybe he didn't have time to do it. No, say they talked to him, and now the question is, after he died, what should we do? But one interesting nikuda over here, very interesting. If you look at the Rashbam and the Ramatchil Chazi L'Kahano, Rashbam says lav dafka el shvutei the kol adam ein es kukuliyov. Umiu L'Kahano asir, she's not allowed to marry even a regular kohen. Forget about a kohen gadol. Even a regular kohen she's not allowed to marry. Why not? Why do we trust him? Because he has a mikui. What's the migoy? I can divorce her right now. Migoy, I can divorce her right now. Believe me when he says that he's already divorced. Wait, believe me that he says that she's not skukali, right? Now, so that's what the Rashbam says. Now, just to conclude this Nekuda, look at the next Rashbam. So there's not next two Rashbams later. What he meant to say, that goes to your question. He meant to say I divorced my wife. Correcting what I said before. The only reason I'm trusting her is because he said they divorced her. Can't say I have children. We know he doesn't have children. Don't tell me he says I have children. He never said I have children. He just says she can marry a kohen. In other words, and this is like a little nuanced difference. Biyom's question still stays because Kital just write another get. He's saying, I divorced my wife. I divorced her. Believe me, he didn't say these words, but that's what I'm assuming he's saying. He never said I have children. So I'm assuming he has no children because Avachazok has no children. So if he says that my wife is not obligated in Yibum, what does he mean to say? She's divorced. Therefore, she can't marry a Kohen, says the Rashbam. Okay? So, because we assume he said she's divorced. Now, comes here an interesting question. What happens if he said, I have kids? So we learned yesterday he has a migoy. What's the migoy? Migoy could give her a get. Could she marry a Kohen?
He has kids who believe that he could divorce them.
Today, he's about to die. He says, boy, I have a kid. He didn't know Yibum. We never heard about this kid.
We don't say that?
We say do. We say migoy. That's like Gemara said yesterday. So machlokes, but we say according to according to this shita, that's what the Gemara says right now. It's a machlokes. One shita holds you do have migoy. According to the shita that holds you have migoy. Can she marry a kohen? What's the migoy? I could divorce her. We have divorced her. She's not allowed to marry a kohen. So can she marry a kohen? Not. And the Rashbam is clear that she could marry a kohen. The Rashbam by us says the only reason she can't marry a kohen because he's right now. I'm assuming he's saying I divorced her. But if he said I don't divorce, he said I have kids. The Rashbam says she could marry a kohen. How? You only believe in migoy that he could divorce her. Some Rishonim say she can't marry a kohen because the only reason she can marry a kohen is because of migoy. So comes here something fascinating, and this is really Avchon Basra brings it. Shiloh, what is migoy? Is migoy neimonus? That's the classic. What's migoy neimonus? I believe you. If I wanted to lie, I could have lied back. I believe you. Whatever you say, I believe you. So he said I have kids. So I couldn't. One-on-one. I know my main point is that my wife should not get a yibum. You should know. If I really want to avoid it, I have very easy whatever. I'm just gonna give her a get. I'm telling you, she doesn't need a get. She has kids. Do I trust what he says? Yes. I trust her. She can marry a kohen. He never said I divorced her. I trust it. I trust it because I'm amigo. Nice. I trust it. Or you learn the migo is koyachatayna. What's koyachatayna? Koyachatayna means the power what I could have said comes to what I did right now. That's always the chakira, famous chakira of Chachamim. What is migo? So if I learn that migo is nemonus, so then she can marry a kohen because I believe what he's saying right now. If you hold the migo is not nemonus, you hold the migo is koyachatayna. I mean, I'm getting the power from the other taino. If you would use the other taino, she would not be able to get divorced. She would not be able to get a kohen. Okay, that's the lomdus of the Choreh. Says the Gemara, the leis la'achi. Someone has a chazaka that he has no brothers. In addition, when he died, he said, Rabbi said, I have no brothers. I knew he has no brothers, that's what I assumed. And Lemaisi has no brothers. He said, what should we choshish? First of all, we know that's a chazaka, he has no brothers. He also said I don't have. So there's nothing to talk about. One second, here's the problem. They say that there's 80 in B'Yisayam. There is 80. Now, who says? So Rashbam points out, not that we have 80 and there's 80. Because then, if we know that for sure, we have to wait for the 80. And not that not that there's some room, but there's a coil. There's a real coil that says there's 80. So the Gemara Hashto Miyas Alitnu. Come on, right now they're not here. Lav Ainu Dav Chanino. We learned this in Maseches Ksubis. 80 mitzat Ishton v'Taser. Rav Chanina spoke about if you remember in the Gemara Ksubis, if the daughters of Shmuel were captured, and now they came and they said nothing happened to us. We believe them because you trust their dibur. They said they were captured. They said nothing happened.
They said they were captured?
Yeah. They said we were captured, and they have to have a migrant. So Gemara says over there, but we heard that there's Eidim, Dina Sayam, the Tsar. So she doesn't have a migrant. The Eidim saw that she was captured. So the Gemara, yeah, but the Eidim were not here right now. So Eidim, it's east, the Eidim were in the east, right? They're in Bava, in the east. Could they also be, right now there's no Eidim. I'm not going to come to Yeshiva because I heard a rumor, have a coil that there's Eidim. Parentheses, the Hashbam says we don't say. Makil Be'eshes Ish. So they're very different. But Shvuyo, we don't know that anything wrong happened. Say, she's among the Goyim, she's captured, maybe something happened. If I have a reason to be Mekel, I'm Mekel. But Be'eshes Ish, to come and say that she maybe here it doesn't mean really Be'eshes Ish. It's more for a Yibum. But it means that I'm assuming that she's married right now and she's a Skukal Yibum. Maybe I should assume that maybe there's Eidim over there. So the same lotion we had before. You have to be choishish. We heard that there's Eidim. You have to assume maybe there's Eidim and now get allowed to get married. Look at it.
A woman says of divorce.
She didn't say I'm divorced. He said I have brothers.
No, but I'm saying a woman doesn't.
She never said I was divorced. The case in Ksuvis is that she says I was captured, but I was not violated.
Forget about that. I'm saying it's a general rule.
He should show him what you're standing there. She's not saying anything. He's saying I have brothers.
If I stay, what I'm saying is if she says nothing, isn't that like she's acknowledging nothing?
No, nobody said she's divorced. He said I have brothers.
When you have the migo, I'm just going back to the first.
Oh, the first case. Yeah. The first case, they want to say that what's the migoy? Because they can divorce her, yeah, but so what? He said they divorced her.
Why did she say something? If she doesn't say anything, is that like saying she's not divorced?
No. I mean, it could be she's going there. It's not a problem.
I'm saying it's.
She cut the base, she's on divorce, you don't say divorce. If husband's have divorce, she's on divorce, you don't have a shame amazing.
He has a meaning because he thinks.
Yeah, she has nothing. Her claim doesn't make any difference.
She's not claiming. She says she comes in and says, it wasn't. I'm saying if she doesn't say that, isn't that like taking away?
If he has the migo, even though she denies him, the still has a migo. Even if she denies, she says, I never got divorced. The chura, she's going to be usher. She's not going to be able to marry because she's been doing chazak al. So, but regarding the brother, can the brother come and do chalitza for her? Or yibum, chalitza if he wants to. But yibum for sure he can't do because we trust the husband, not the wife. Okay, says the Gemara. Says the Gemara now. We bring the Mishnah. Someone calls a brother and says, by side, there's two brothers, we said in the Mishnah, Reuben and Shimon, dividing the Chosim, comes Levi, and Reuben says, Levi, he's a brother. So we said he has to give from his portion to Levi. Why has to give from his portion to Levi? Because he said, I have a brother. Says what do the other brothers say? If the other brothers say he's our brother, why is he taking only the chelik of the guy who admitted? Should he take the other one as well? Elam others saying he's not a brother. And Maseipo, look at the next part of the Mishnah. If this Levi inherited Nechasim somewhere else, so then the brothers should inherit it. What do you mean? Why should they inherit? They say he's not a brother. So why should they get it? So what are they saying? They're saying he's our brother, so they have to give him a chelik in the beginning. Elam others saying he's not our brother. It's not a brother, so why when he dies, they're going to take a chelik of his Yerusha? The Mishnah said, what did the Mishnah say? If you have Reuben and Shimon, Reuben says Levi is our brother. So Reuben has to give a chelik to Levi, but Shimon doesn't. But if Levi dies, they split between them. Why do they split between them? Yeah? So, Sevi says that if Levi dies, they both will split it. So he says, why? He says, not my brother. So, they didn't say he's not our brother. He said, we don't know. I don't know. Comes Reuben and says, Levi's our brother. Shimon says, I never heard of him. So you can't take money away from Shimon and mitzvah cherel right? I don't know. I'm not taking money from you. But when Levi dies, so Reuben admits that Levi is our brother. So nobody's claiming against it. So you can take it.
What does it say? I don't know.
Shimon says, I don't know if Levi is our brother or not.
So you can't take it from him.
So you can't take it from Shimon, but Shimon can take it from Levi. Nobody's denying it against Shimon. If Shimon says it's now my brother, they're going to split Reuben, Shimon, the chelik of Levi. It says the Gemara, Omar Ravo, Zusumeris, Monoli biyot chavalar mein yudei potter. What's going on over here? We have a cloud throughout Shas. It's a machlekes. Big machlekes throughout Shas. Right? The Rashbam brings the machlekes. It's Rav Huna and Rav Yehuda. Rav Huna and Rav Yehuda against Rav Nachman and Rav Yechon. Comes the person that says, Reuben goes to Shimon and says, you owe me money. Shimon says, really? I don't know. I don't remember. Do you say that Shimon has to pay Reuben or not? Machlekes. What Shita says, you're potter. You don't know. I can't take money from you. The one says, no, you don't know. You have to pay. So here comes, the word understands, Levi saying, I'm a brother. Reuben says, I'm your brother. Shimon says, I don't know. So Levi is coming to Shimon, give me property. Shimon said, I don't know. So it's money l'biyotcha, v'lo you marrying you there. According to Randama, you have to pay. So the word Abaye Omar. So Omar is a money l'biyotcha, marrying you there. Potter, you have a right from here. He's potter. Abaye Omar, the Kulamiyah with base. Lo yinei malo chayov. V'shari acha de kimoni la'achir biyotcha dami. Says the Gemara, he really is chayav, but you're not talking about that Levi is coming to claim. Levi doesn't know either. Levi has no clue. Levi is sitting down, having a good time in the bar. Comes to him, Reuben, and says, you know you're my brother. He says, really? I never knew that. So Reuben says, I'll give you part of the portion. Levi's not coming to Shimon, he doesn't know he's a brother. It's Reuben coming to Shimon saying, you owe money to Levi. If I come and tell Tibi, you owe money to Binyamin, and Binyamin says, I don't know, there's no such thing, right? So here, Reuben is saying to Shimon, you owe the chassid to Levi. We don't say money al-achir. This is kemon al-achir. Zok the Gemara, noflu and chassid imo kamacher, yushu echavimo, and then so that's what the Bach says. So we're saying that if the Levi dies, so then they're going to inherit for it. What are you over? Shvach sheshovchu nechosim ma'aleima. What happens in the Nechasim? We say like this: the Nechasim that Reuben has to give Shimon half of his chelik because Reuben admits he's my brother. If Levi dies, it goes back to Reuben because he gave him the Nechasim. He's back to him. If it's a new Nechasim, a new property coming from somewhere else, Reuben and Shimon split it. That's what we learned.
Wait,
now,
why does Reuben have to give Shimon? Wait a second. I know what Reuben said, but I'm saying it's
to Levi.
Levi died.
In other words, let's start with the case. Reuben comes one day and Sunday says, the right side, Levi's my brother.
right.
So we have to split the Nechasim, a third.
Of Levi.
Oh, the father died. Reuben says, I should get a third. Shimon should get a third.
Okay.
Levi should get a third. Right?
Shimon says, I don't know anything.
Shimon says, I don't know anything. We say Shimon doesn't have to give it. So Shimon takes 50%.
Right.
Reuben, who admits he keeps a third for himself. And he gives a half a third to Levi. Levi now dies. That half a third goes to where? Goes back to Reuben. That half a third that Reuben gave to Levi, that's a fair Mishnah.
You were saying Dafkin that.
Yeah, that's the Mishnah. That's what fair Mishnah.
He had more Nechasim.
Who? Oh, now if Levi gets the Nechasim somewhere else.
Yeah.
So then Reuben and Shimon split it. That's what the Mishnah says.
Reuben, right, but I'm saying Reuben.
That's the same.
In other words, Levi. Let's go on a simple case. If I have over here, the father died and he has 3 properties on Lawrence Avenue, right? That's what it is. So Reuben's supposed to take one, Shimon's supposed to take one, and divide the third one. Comes Levi and says, on my side, it comes to Reuben and says, Levi's a brother. You give the third house to Levi.
Right.
Okay. Now, says Shimon, I don't know if he's my brother. So you give only half a house. Okay. Now, Levi, he gets or he buys or purchases or was gifted a property in Cedarhurst.
Right.
Now he dies, Reuben and Shimon will split that property.
But I'm saying, in order for Shimon to get, does he have to time that?
No. He's a lawyer there, it's enough.
So it's enough.
It's enough. Now, what's clear is the half a property that Reuben gave Shimon in Lawrence, that goes back to Reuben. That's clear. Shaila is, what about, now the Gemara is going to ask, what happened if this property added in value? How do they add value? This is a big more. So again, pour your over. What happens if it grew on its own, something on that property? This is a concept we saw many times. Means it's already grown. It's like fruits that are already available to be harvested. They're completely not connected. That's not considered a part of the property. Talk about shvach, which is not ready to be cut. The tree became wider, thicker, or land that was flooded with water and now became more valuable. Why? Is that considered to be a new property, or is that considered to be is that something that Levi should give to Reuben only? And that's something that Reuben and Shimon will split. So they won't take it. And that property, what happens? Look at the Mishnah. Someone died, and on his thigh you find a diatki. What's a diatki? It's a star. A star where he's giving a matana to somebody else. So even though he wrote it, in other words, the reason why we're saying, as Rashbam says, that's tied to his knee, right to his thigh, is to tell me that he is that he for sure wrote it. Nobody else tied him something to his leg. Now, Zikabo Lach, he was Mizaki to somebody else. If it was Mizaki to somebody else, so then it works. Doesn't matter if they give it to the Yoshim or not. In other words, if I have a star but I didn't see a Kinyan, that doesn't do anything. In fact, you just wrote it as nothing. But if you did it as a Kinyan, then it works. It says the Gemara, what is the Kasuba, whatever it says in it, do te'eh lemeka meliyos. That's what the yatki is, or shetevus. Do te'eh lemeka. This will be to be and to be kayom and to be. Heizi matana. That's the yatki. What's a regular matana? Kol shekasuba me'ayom la'achar miso. So a regular gift is when you write, it's going to be yours today and la'achar miso. Says the Gemara, me'ayom la'achar miso u'de'avi matana me'achshav la'matana. What do you mean? Matana is only if I write it should be chal after miso. And if I say right now, it's not a matana. Which matana is one that's buried that's like a matana shchibra? Right? Which is the matana, which is like a shchibra that works only. Of course, you give matana today. But I want to know which matana I give today, but it's not going to happen until later. If you write Me'ayom La'achar, it's going to happen later. Yep. Right, I'm giving it to you today, but it won't be chal till you will not be able to take it over until la'achar miso. That's a matana. It's a regular matana. There's bari that's chal later. Yosef Rabbi Avuna Ba'axter or the Birav. Yosef called Meshved Abirach. What?
What's the difference in that and Yerusha?
No, talk about giving out to your son. To Acher.
I understand, but you're giving it to today, but you're giving it nothing.
It's like a Yerusha. It's a matana. Matana that works like a Yerusha. Which matana has a din like a Yerusha? Me'ayom La'achar miso. So if I give Shmuel, not my son, Shmuel a gift, Me'ayom La'achar miso, it works like a Yerusha.
Which means I get to keep it.
Keep it now, and when he dies, he gets it. We'll get it later if it's Kinyan Paris and not Kinyan Paris. So go on, Yosef Abba Avuna Ba'axto to be Rav Yosef Kol Meshved Abirchanon Shchimya Shomai Kisvu Betnu Mone Leploini V'Meis.
Go back to that for a second. Does that mean that if he's not someone that would be entitled to Yerusha, he doesn't get it?
He does. It's a matana.
He gave it to Beryl, but it's not.
If he wrote a matana, Losha matana, it works, and it won't happen until La'achar miso, even though he's not a son and not a brother, not anything else.
Then we have.
No, that was a different case. He wrote Losha Yerusha. Let's do this. I just want to get to the end of it. I know because also waiting. It says the Gemara. Yossi Rabbi Avuna Be'achto the Beirav. He was sitting in the Achto Beirav in the courtyard there, in the open room of the Beirav. Yossi Kol Shmid Abirchanon Shchimra Shoma Kisu V'Tnu Mon L'Ploni V'Meis. He wrote. The Shibra says, I want you to write and give a money l'plani, and then he dies. Ain't koisim enoisim. You can't write it. Shema loy gomar la'ak noisrael b'shtar. Maybe he didn't want the person to receive it unless you write the shtar. V'ain shtar la'achar miso. You can't write a shtar after death. Shtar after death doesn't work. So he gave it, but he wanted to give it back with a kinyan shtar. He wanted him to only be koinen once the shtar comes to his hand. And here, once they wrote, he already died. You have to be careful with this. Rashizi Omar sorry. So Reb Lozer said, just to explain, Reb said it, let's say you have to be careful with this halacha. Rashizi Omar, Reb Lozer is the one who said the halacha. Reb Yochanan is the one who warned them to listen to this halacha. Omar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak Kavasei Rav Shizim Mistap. It makes sense that Rabbi Yochanan is the one who protected Rabbi Elazar's shita. Why? Rabbi Elazar Amro. Rabbi Elazar is the one who said it. It's Rabbi Yochanan Lasudi Alei Rabbi Elazar. Instead, Rabbi Yochanan is coming and saying, "Listen to Rabbi Elazar. You have to follow the shita." Eliyahu Rabbi Yochanan is the one who said it. It's Rabbi Elazar Lasudi Alei Rabbi Yochanan Rabbi. Rabbi Yochanan was the Rebbe. So the Rebbe testifies on the Talmud, not a Talmud on the Rebbe. The Oit. Tashma de Ablozo, I'm going to bring you a ride, the Ablozo is the one who said it. The Shalach Ravi Mishmei de Ravo Evi Yoidim Shalach Ablozo Legoy Lo Mishu Rabbein. Ablozo sent to the Goy Lefal. Shchimera Shoma Kisvu Betnu Mone Leploini V'Meis. Someone he said, give the money, give it the money to that person who died. Ein Koisi V'Noisim Shema Loigor La Knoisa Ela B'Shtar. He wants to give it with a star, and the star is given only after death. Then Shtar Lacha Miso. Right? So clearly, that Rabbi Elazar said. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Yochanan, my tibodik. You have to check it out. My tibodik, what do you mean check it out? What does it mean? How's the shayach? What is Rabbi Yochanan referring to? So I'll tell you what it means. I mean, the Gemara is going to explain it. Diyatkin, tell Diyatkin. He said two things. First of all, one star is going to tell another star. So if the guy wrote two stars. He wrote a star to Reuven, then he wrote a star to Shimon. It cancels each other. Why is that so? Because the Shchimra could change his mind. And in addition, Shchimra Shomar Kisavit Nu Mon Leploini V'Meis. He wrote, he said, give it to the person who died. Roim, in Kimiyapis Koichoi Koisim. If you allow him Koisim. That's what it means, Boitki. If he's writing the star just as an additional reinforcement, I'm giving him the gift. In addition, I also want to give him a star. Then the star is not me'akiv. But if he wants to do it only with a star, then he can't do it only with a star. And the Gemara is going to explain it. If it was a healthy person who said, I'm going to write the star in 20 days, ain't koiser noise. You don't koiser noise. Hashchimira koiser noise. If it was the shchimira, you do right. Not you do right. So the more moisel mefaklo b'yapes koichoy. Only miyapes koichoy, then you could write it. Heichidami miyapes koichoy. What's the case of miyapes koichoy that is giving him the extra strength or reinforcement? It says in one of Kula and Vov and Dalef. He says, I'm giving you a gift. In addition, I'm also giving him a star. In other words, he said, give a gift to Shver. In addition, write a star on it. In addition. So, but if he didn't do that, so then you can't write it. As Rashbam says, if it's Niyapis Koichos, what is it going to say? If a Shchimira said, I want to give a gift, please write that I'm giving a gift to Shver. You can't give it to him after death, because maybe he doesn't want to get it without the star. And when the star is written, he's already dead. But if he said, I'm giving a gift to Shver, in addition, write a star. I want it to have a document. So that document is only a reinforcement, and you can give it after me. So. We'll stop over here. Is Hashem continue from here tomorrow night. Kol Tuv. Good night. Good night.